Wiggle room is music to my next guest's ears. Mark Eiglarsh is a criminal defense attorney and a former county prosecutor with more than 32 years on both sides of DUI cases. First, I just want to get your reaction, Mark, to this arrest and his mugshot.
Well, I just want to remind everybody that he enjoys the presumption of innocence like everybody else. That mugshot means nothing to me. He has, red, glassy eyes like anybody at nighttime. That doesn't show me how much he had to drink. So let's wait. Let's see what the evidence shows. There are merely assumptions being made by an officer. Let's see, is there body cam footage that corroborates it? Is there dash cam footage? Is there a busload of nuns who saw him falling down drunk? Let's wait and see what the evidence shows.
Okay, I love that you said the busload of nuns. Not only is it funny, but I also often wonder if you need a busload of nuns when you have someone who is as absolutely beloved as Justin Timberlake, or is it all going to happen behind the scenes? The defense will all happen out of the view of the rest of us. He probably won't even make a public appearance back in the Sag Harbor courtroom. Like, how's it going to work?
Well, first of all, I hope he's not treated any differently than any first-time DWI offender in New York. That means that if we look at the definition of justice, Aristotle defined justice as like cases being treated alike. He should be treated just like anyone else, which means if they've got the goods on him, then prosecute him. But if they don't, do not hesitate to either reduce the charge or drop the case outright. Don't do it. Don't be afraid of the Ashleigh Banfields who are going to cry that he was treated differently.
Oh, but here's what I think, and this might surprise you and maybe my viewers.
Yes.
I think when a celebrity gets treated, gets treated equally, it's actually unequal, because you and I, we could come to work the next day and no one's going to know that we got a DUI. Timberlake could lose endorsement deals. He might lose a concert or two. He could lose hundreds of thousands, maybe millions. And then he's got the humility, the shame that comes along with it that Joe Blow doesn't get because it isn't publicized. And I don't know whether that ever factors into whether police go ahead and charge or say, oh, geez, if I do that, he's going to get 10 times the punishment than any average guy.
It shouldn't. Why should that matter? What matters is how he drove, how he exited the vehicle, how he performed on the field side sobriety exercises, not tests. They call them tests. There's nothing scientific about them. Whether he blew into the machine or not, and what's his reason for refusing. Those are the issues. Who he is, how well he sings, his celebrity, has nothing to do with the evidence of the case.
So tell me about we just heard that he refused to take a breathalyzer. He also said, allegedly, I had one martini. All those things, if this is your client, what are you doing with that? Are you suggesting, look, take the hit, don't do the breathalyzer, you'll probably lose your license automatically for a year or so. But what do you recommend to your clients?
First of all, I don't know whether he's guilty or not. I'd demand all the evidence. I'm entitled to see everything. It's not, they don't hide the 8 ball. You're allowed to see what the evidence is. First of all, we're relying upon solely the officer's word. If that's it, well, then there's a lot to talk to him about. Like, my client allegedly didn't have slurred speech. Isn't that correct, officer? You wrote down he had slowed speech. What the heck is that? Slowed speech? And by the way, what about all the other things he didn't do? There's no evidence that he was falling to the ground, that he had opened a container, that he vomited, all the unusual indicia of impairment that's not necessary to convict someone, but things that would tell me that he absolutely is guilty. And by the way, many innocent people refuse to blow into the machine because it is fallible. It's like a toaster that you set on light and sometimes it comes out burnt. A lot of people refuse to blow for reasons other than being impaired.
That is such an interesting analogy. It's like a toaster that you put on light and sometimes comes out burnt. I knew you'd come up with some good stuff. Thank you, Mark Eiglarsh. Good to see you.
Let me tell you something, Ashley. I will say to you, it's possible that he's telling the truth, and he did only have one martini. Just remember that, okay?
I want to know.
Friend.
I want to go out with you. Thank you, Mark. I was totally not expecting that, but you have now made my night. We'll have you back early and often. Okay. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.